Almost. He's getting short of the first. Again. Short of the first.
What's up, people? Anybody out there?
What's up, YouTube?
We just checking in. Checking in. Somebody tell me how my audio is. See if I can get a little mic check.
Mic check.
Nobody in there.
Just talk, babe. You don't need to. Why are we on here for today?
Well, we just checking in. Like I say, we are broke down again. We're down here in Savannah, Georgia. We've been down here since, what's up there, Brandon Hicks?
This is Monday. Last Monday. We actually drove from Atlanta last Sunday, got the region and light, and then we pulled into Sunday night.
So since Sunday night?
Yeah, so we've been here going on 7 days in Savannah, Georgia.
7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brandon, would you give me a thumbs up if...
He said audio's good.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing in Raleigh? Matter of fact, not too far from us, but we down in the south.
No, up to 95, we could probably connect.
Yeah, we ain't got no vehicle.
Well, like I say, we just checking in out here in Savannah, Georgia, since Sunday night. And here it is, Sunday night again.
Yep.
So it's been a week.
Shop's been closed for the weekend. They don't work on the weekend, so.
Yeah, and they didn't get the diagnosis done until
like Friday.
Yeah, Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Still couldn't get me a quote. But
what happened?
What happened?
Brandon said, "What happened?"
Well, I got a check engine light. I was delivering in Dublin, and my next load was to pick up in Savannah. Mm-hmm. But I got a check engine light in Savannah and in Dublin. Tried to make it down to, made my delivery in Dublin. Tried to come down to Savannah and got
a. Like a region.
Basically, it went through all the warning lights right to the one to where it says shut down the truck. Mm-hmm. So I made it in. It didn't derate, but it kept telling me it was going to derate. I made it down to Savannah with the hopes of I didn't have to pick up my load until
2 a.m. the next morning.
Was it the next morning, or did we have a day or two off?
We only had one day because we stayed up in Atlanta and had dinner.
Okay. Well, we had a little time off anyway, and we was planning on hanging out down here. So I was just going to put the truck in the shop to see what was going on with it. So, but anyway, that Monday morning when I woke up, went to start the truck up, started up strong. I was 6 miles, 5, 6 miles, 4. Okay, 4 miles from
Kenworth dealership.
The Kenworth shop. Jumped on the roadway. It was only going
5 miles
per hour.
So it finally derated.
It derated after I shut down, basically. Yeah. And all the lights that I was getting, it told me it was going to be something
limp mode.
Associated with the depth. Mm-hmm. The little light sensor, where you have your depth tank, and it shows you if you're when you're getting low on depth fluid. If that thing ever starts to blink on you, that's like an indicator too. That's throwing a code right there just by its blinking. But anyway, I get over to had to call a tow truck. got the truck towed into the shop. They put it on the computer, and I think they got back with me. Was it later that day?
Probably Tuesday, because you kind of
Was it
kept
the next
calling.
day? Yeah, because I had to keep calling them, pushing them. But they finally got it. Well, matter of fact, they told me that was Monday. They told me they wouldn't have a technician for it until Tuesday
afternoon. Yeah.
So here we go. As far as eating up my time. Leonard Smith, what's happening? Anyway, get it to the shop, get it on the machine, on the computer, get back with me Tuesday and tell me it's a sensor and a heater coil for the DEF system. Yeah. And at that point, they was telling me I was looking at about, I think it was about $400 in parts.
$300 just to hook it up.
Of course, to hook it up, they charged me $3 something to the computer. Mm-hmm. Then I was at about I think it was $300 to $400 right there in parts, and about $1,000 in labor, because it was right at $1,800 there. Mm-hmm. So of course I told him to go ahead and do it. You say
he said he got the sad face for you.
Gave me the sad face. So anyway, I told him to go ahead and do it. And I don't know if y'all know, about a month ago, right after we got back from Jamaica, mm-hmm. I put my truck in the shop just to get a PM. Picked it up, took off with it, and it started blowing smoke. Uh-huh. And I could probably get about 25 miles per hour.
Yeah.
About 5 miles per hour. Anyway, long story short, put it in the shop for that. They hit me for 17 grand. Well, I think it was 15. 15 grand. So anyway, get down here and they're telling me it has something to do with the DEF system. And I'm like, no, man, I just got out of the shop for the DEF system. So I'm going back and forth with them for that. When it got out of the shop up there, the truck just sounded different. It was running a little different, a little harder. Especially after, probably about the second, third day after we driving it, after getting it out the shop, it started sounding different. Mm-hmm. So anyway, when they got it down here, they asked me, had I noticed that sound? I told them yes. And they said they'd had to take off the...
Remove the oil pan, or was it?
No, that was afterwards. They had to take over the head, take the covers for the lifters and all that stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And they told me something was loose. They didn't look like they tightened something back up at some point. But they couldn't figure out why it came loose. Anyway, that led to them saying the only way they could look at my cam is with a scope. So they put a camera of sort up in there and they looked at it. And then they came back and said that I had some wear spots in my cam. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. There's some wear spots in the cam, and like I say, they didn't finish all this diagnostics until
Friday evening,
late Friday afternoon.
Getting ready to go home,
and they didn't get back with me with the quote. Mm-hmm. So, and they're closed over the weekend, like Babe said. So we had to stay over the weekend just to wait. I don't even know what it's fixing to cost me. But I'm hearing if there's something wrong with my cam, the design of this motor, the only way they can get that camshaft out is to lift the whole motor out. So I'm like, oh man, it just sounds like the labor, you know what I mean? The labor alone that they're going to hit me for just lifting the motor out. Because if you think about the camshaft after they move that gear, and well, they do got to kind of move the rods and everything out the way, slide it out. This might be expensive, man.
Yeah, he got a PACCAR engine.
Yeah, I got a PACCAR. And I tell you, man.
I'm praying that the number's not expensive.
I've been crazy all week because to get hit twice in the last 60 days. Like I say, 15 grand on the first one, and then
we're not gonna put a number out there. I don't want to claim nothing.
I'm telling you,
we don't want to claim nothing at this point, and we probably won't find nothing out probably till Monday evening, Tuesday.
No, I won't be on the phone with it because they know everything
they know
now.
Everything.
They just gotta say
and order the part if it's.
They might have to order parts, but they know how much the parts cost. They should know how much the labor is going to cost. They should be able to tell me that. And they really, when you think about it, this is probably about 1:30 when I talked to them. Right. In the afternoon on Friday. They should have made it a point to get me with that quote before they went home. They really should have.
Yeah, that gave you a weekend to kind of figure your money situation.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Situation.
I could have,
a lot of stuff.
Went back to my old ways. I could have came up with the money by now.
I don't want to hear it.
I could have came up by now. I had a whole week to come on,
oh my God,
on a few grand. No, but yeah. Anyway, that's where we at. But we turned it into
mini vacation.
What did they say? Unscheduled vacation.
Yeah, because he had us stacked up going from Georgia to Minneapolis to Dallas. So we was already going.
We finna roll. Anyway. We finna be rolling.
My mind frame is like, okay, we won't be off for weeks. Let me get in the mind frame of we're gonna be running at least until the middle of October, and then we've been here for the whole week. So it's gonna be hard to get readjusted back in the truck because we're kind of on home time or vacation. Your sleeping patterns go back to the old ways. So I'm trying to stay up so I can kind of stay on that midnight, late night shift. But then he's to bed early because he's been fussing with them. So he wants to go to bed. Now I'm just up at the city parties. It seems like every night. This past weekend, this city stays up. And if you've ever been to Savannah, Georgia, the downtown area kind of reminds you of Bourbon Street. And I know this is off the subject of the truck, but we went down there the last couple of weekends.
So y'all know what Mama got me doing down here.
But it's not really
spending
a lot of money. It's more on food because we don't have our refrigerator, so we have to eat out. The fridge they give us in the hotel in the microwave. I had meal prep meals already, so everything we had was a freezer. Now that it's been in the shop for a week, I'm imagining the food is spoiled.
My food probably
all that's gone. So I've already packed food for us for the week. But we had to eat out, so we're eating $60, $70 a day almost, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's where the real money is. I ain't went shopping because you can see this shirt we got on. These are non-name shirts from the gift shop because we thought we was going to be here for 2 or 3 days. Now we at the gift shop buying clothes. So it's not me spending. It's we really,
And like this weekend, it's like I didn't know it was going to turn into a week. We grabbed stuff at the truck for a couple of days. I expected it to be 2-3 days, you know what I mean? But it's getting crazy.
Yeah.
And like I say, my thing is, I don't know if you can imagine this, but just sitting this whole weekend wondering what that number is going to be. You know what I mean?
Hey, my husband, if you guys know him, he's mild-mannered. He's the most laid-back person I know. And anytime this truck has been acting up like the last 2 months, and now he goes in thinking mode. So I don't never hardly see him like this because he's analyzing numbers, he's frustrated, he's sighing, and it's like I'm not used to seeing him like this because he's mild mannered all the time. So I rarely get a reaction out of him. He's just like chill all the time, except when his truck is acting up. Then I see another side of him. He's another straight, and then he's back to the blacks.
Yeah, it got me smoking down here, I'm telling you.
What's up, BK, NGA? What's going on, brother?
What's up? We down here in Georgia, man.
Y'all my neck of the woods.
Yeah, we is.
We was at the Atlanta OC Sunday, but we had to come down here to Georgia, so.
Yeah, I got to hang out.
Not Georgia, Savannah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got to hang out with my brother up there in Georgia, in Atlanta.
Had dinner and then
you know. Like I say, man, it's just this is a hit. This is a hit, you know, that I wasn't expecting. Because I mean, like I say, that just happened in June.
Mm-hmm.
Was it June?
It was June.
End of June, beginning of July, whatever.
They had about 2-3 weeks.
And so I was coming out here to make up that 15 grand, and here this shit done happen, So it's like, oh no, man. 2 of them in a row. But like I say, this is why I say, don't spend it all when you get it.
That's it.
You gotta set something aside. Shoot, I don't know this one though. If this one hit me too hard, I got a truck for sale.
Let's not hope that's the case. But the lesson for anybody, if you want to be an owner-operator, that maintenance account really has to be, if you don't have a brand new truck, you definitely have to pad that account.
Yes.
2 to 3 times what you think. If you think you have 10,000, you want to have 30,000. If you're thinking 20,000, 50,000, because the engine is the most expensive and the thing that you can spend on. So,
because see, that's what hit me the first time around. They said it was a DEF system.
Yeah.
And then something. What's that actuator called on my turbo? That's where the smoking started. So I don't know. It man, it just. And here's my thing that I don't have a mechanic, you know what I mean? And my truck is relatively new. It's a Packard. And boy, if I had to do it all over again, I'd get me a Freightliner with that Detroit or P4, whatever's in it now.
DD12 or
and so I think they're on the P4 now.
Oh, okay.
But I sure would. I'd go with that. And here's the crazy thing. Of course, all this happens after my warranty is up. My warranty was up at about 350,000 miles.
We have
and I'm at 420, 425 now.
Mm-hmm.
And all this stuff starts to happen. So it's just crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. It's the business. I mean, I've always said that's the one thing about a truck. Mm-hmm. Even if it's a new truck, guess what? It's going to become a used truck.
Yeah.
Especially if you're out here grinding, I mean, we grind not as hard, but just as a team,
the truck
when you think about it, we put more miles than a solo driver would on a truck.
Right.
At least twice the miles, or that type of thing, because I mean, that's why my warranty went away so fast, because once she started teaming with me,
mm-hmm.
and I guess I can kick myself in the butt for a lot of this, because right when my warranty was just about up, I'd already start searching for an extended warranty. And I had a couple of them in mind, but the truck was running so good, it's like, okay, I got time, But yeah, what you say, Leonard? The DEF is killing these truck engines. He said, what motor? He said, yeah, we got
it's a flat cam.
I don't know if that's a flat cam. They just said it has some wear spots in the cam, you know. And of course, I'm asking the question of what will cause it, and the guy's telling me, "Oh, it's not normal. It just happens. It don't happen all the time." Da 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 da. But man, yeah, yeah. But anyway, we gonna make it through. We gonna chill out for. Well, we got the hotel room until Wednesday, so another 3 days for sure. Well, not for sure, because if as soon as they tell me
it's ready,
they can go, but I just don't see if they got to pull this motor out to replace that cam shaft.
You don't think it's be a quick fix?
It ain't gonna. Well, you see how they dragging their feet now,
I know,
so
I know.
It's not like they're real fast anyway over here. But then it looks like I'm pricing the cam. I kind of priced the camshaft, and of course I couldn't get a dealer price, but I seen them run between $600 and say $800. So buying it from a dealer, probably twice that. So getting it from the dealer, and then, like I say, they're gonna get me in the labor. I just see it, just because they got to pull the motor out, and when I went on YouTube and I watched them pull the motor out, and they got to remove everything. When you start looking at everything that's on top there, your big filter, your shroud, your fan, and they gotta move all that out of the way just to get that horse on that to lift it up. So that they gonna get me on this labor. But
so if you see the name of the company is This Be Trucking. So no matter what goes on in trucking, if you've got to pay something, if you're running good, you just got to know This Be Trucking.
This be trucking.
This is it. This is what the trucking life is about. Like you can see, like I said, we had to buy shirts at the gift shop. My hair products is in the truck, so I'm trying to put that together the best I can. But this is trucking, and it's like you can't be caught off guard, and that's why I love these YouTube videos, because if we get more people being transparent about the trucking game and what things that go and tell with it, I think hey Linda, a lot of new truck drivers can expect these costs and especially do your research. Like my husband said, he's been on YouTube looking at everything they've been telling him that it needs to be done. You may not have a mechanic, but you definitely want to be knowledgeable for yourself on what's going on. So one, you're not getting ripped off. And two, you want to know your truck. So you got to be able to use not only YouTube, but your manuals and just other things around you to.
Yeah, kind of. I think kind of give, just YouTube just kind of gave me some questions to ask, when they're telling me. As far as them, they going to get what they going to get out of you. You know what I mean? Because the bottom line, you need your truck back. So I'm going to have to, like, pay them what they want or try to sneak in at night and steal my truck from them.
I ain't gonna let down here. I'm gonna let you do that down here. So we're just gonna wait it out, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted, what's going on. But
yeah,
that's what we kind of doing, and we was running pretty good for the last couple of weeks. The last time we was home, we did the live, and then we ran, so we was running.
Yeah,
So I was in preparation mode to continue to run, because he said, well, we've been home, so be ready to run. So
yeah, like I said, I was trying to get that 15 grand back. I was like, let's stack that up. Because it just makes me feel good when I know I got that cushion over there and everything else is taken care of. So
hopefully this holiday people are spending and we can run. Hopefully there's no snow in between time.
To take the winter off. I'm going solo for the winter. That was the plan. Matter of fact, October, we were going back home, do the transition. She said she was still going to ride with me, but I was going to run solo. So you're gonna run?
Well, I'm gonna try to
stay teaming with me now?
Well, we talk about it after the video, but I'm just saying. I mean, as long as it's not snowing, I can run up into it. It's not snowing, but I'm talking about when it really get the snowing and the weather, because the weather's still good. But when it start dropping 34, 32, 20, like,
yeah. See, that's what bothers her.
I don't like that.
Any moisture and the temperatures drop.
Oh man.
Mentally, she thinks there could be ice on the road.
Ice. Well, no, because I seen that accident. I was in Oregon off the 93, and I was still a brand new driver with Schneider's, a company. So I've never driven in winter. So I'm going through 93, and it's kind of hilly, and it was 45 on the bottom. But when I got to the top, it said expect ice. And me thinking, okay, ice. I'm still driving at the speed I was driving, and my husband was asleep. It's pitch dark. And as I got up, I had trucks sliding ahead of me, and I still didn't grasp it because the temperature dropped because of the altitude. As I kept going further, I looked on my left side. There was a truck spun out to my left. I kept going further on my right. Swift had just jackknifed right in front of me and slid into the side of the hill. So he's facing the opposite direction. All his lights are flashing. I'm like, babe, get up. Somebody just had an accident. Should I pull over? He's like, well, babe, you can't pull over. You got to get yourself safely to a safe spot. And as I try to tap my brake to slow down so I can get out the way, I started to slide. So from that feeling on, I just didn't like that feeling. It made me so nervous.
Yeah, it was black ice. What it was black ice.
I didn't want to see
coming through there, like she said, as she climbed.
Yeah.
You know, the temperature dropped even more, and she wasn't watching. She thought the last temperature she had looked at was about 45.
It was 45, yeah.
You know. And as she climbed, the temperature dropped on her, But she handled it, especially to literally quarter mile. Mm-hmm. That's how far Swift was ahead of her.
Yeah.
When he lost it.
Yeah.
And when he lost it, she's, I'm back here asleep, and she's screaming, and so when I wake up, of course, I'm all discombobulated, and I ain't got my shit right yet. I'm like, what are you talking about, pull over? Because she's on 93s.
Oh,
in most places, it's 2-lane and a real narrow shoulder, so it's not, it ain't no place for her to really pull over.
Yeah, it was definitely too
so it's like, no, you're going to have to go on up. If you see something in the next, quarter mile or so, then we might be able to check on somebody, but ain't no place for you to just pull over.
Now, mind you guys, before this, I already don't like driving in the snow in my car. My husband would tell you I would get up when I used to work at corporate. I didn't have to be to work until 6. I would get up at literally 3 in the morning. I would not take my rollers out. I would shower at work, but I would leave at 3:30 because I wanted to be the only one on the road. And living in Colorado, if you guys know Colorado, it snows. It snows. It ain't the little bit of snow, it snows. So I would literally get up in the morning at 3:30, take my 45 hour drive to get to work. And then when I get to work,
35 hour?
No, 35 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour.
Oh.
And then I'm already shaking. I'm visibly shaking from driving. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm taking my rollers out.
Now, mind y'all.
I ain't going to be work till 6.
Okay. Not only does she have to be to work at 6, we live.
Don't tell how far we live, buddy.
Less than 15 minutes.
I don't care.
From where she works,
I had a small sedan, so the sedan he had the truck. So the difference if I had the truck and he said, babe, take the truck to work. I had the sedan, so my sedan set low to the ground. So anything when they pile through Colorado, if they pile in the middle or into the left, I'm literally riding my whole bottom's hitting that, and I'm sliding, I'm gripping the wheel, definitely the wheel. So he knows that I'm already afraid of the snow driving. So when it comes to driving in the truck, he's like, babe, just do it. I'm like, I'm afraid of it already.
Yeah.
Why do you think I've changed or I have grown out of this fear of the snow? So I don't know why he makes it seem like, I've been doing this.
The reality is her fear keeps me safe, because I know when we back there, ever since that incident, when we back there, she'll pull over in a minute now.
Oh, yeah,
Boy,
definitely.
I'm looking out that curtain while we stop. You know,
and it just starts snowing. Trust me, I looked at the weather 5 times before I got in that driver's. I knew exactly when it was going to start. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go about 60 miles, and I know it's going to pick up. I'm riding the truck stop. I don't play because I see too many accidents that people, you know, super truckers, new truckers. I guess it's not a particular brand of trucker. I just know me, and I got to be safe for me. So I don't want to be around somebody that might not take this ice as serious as I do. So
there you go.
I just got to be.
That's it.
Yes, Linda. It takes one time, only one time.
That's
and
it.
Then it's our truck. You know, I'm not saying a company I would be reckless, but when it's your money, if I get in an accident with that truck, that's our only means of income. So I take it extra special.
That's it.
Extra special care to drive.
That's it. I hear you.
Yeah. So don't let
him. Yeah. We. I like I say, I know I'm good. I know I'm good.
Please be talking.
I am. What?
You looking on here?
Oh no, I was trying to pull it up so I could see. I can't see that.
Oh, well, here.
I was trying to see. I don't need that one. That's what I say. I was pulling this one up so I can see. I can see the chat. I can see who's in here. But anyway, like I say, we just checking in and seeing how everybody is.
Having a good weekend, you guys.
Linda, ain't talked to you in a minute, sis. How you been?
Had to come by and see. And we actually had a load going to Dallas. We definitely need to meet up before it gets too cold because I got to catch up with
you. Yeah. So, but that's our status. You know.
Leonard said 44 years. I've never chained in the snow. Pull over. That's right, Leonard. I mean, no mess. I've seen chaining done before, but
yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it to get home or out of harm's way. You know, I usually I'll chain up to get off the top of a mountain because I figure if it's snowing, it's gonna keep snowing on top of that mountain. I'm stuck up there,
right.
So I'll chain up to get down, that type of thing. But I know if it's hundreds of miles of snow ahead of me, I'm pulling over.
Yeah, who wants to fight that the whole time?
You if you're driving safely, and if it's where you got to chain up anyway, you're only going 35, 40 miles per hour with them chains on, or that's what you'll be going with chains on. I've seen some people tear their stuff up going fast. 55, 60 miles an hour with chains and then ran onto the pavement.
Yeah.
You know, then ran out of the snow and just steady mo, you know. But I will chain up. I have chained up, but that's early in my career too.
Right.
And you know, I think since I've been doing this owner operator thing,
I know once when
I chained up that one time.
I think we was trying to get home.
Yeah, it still got stuck because it turned into a whiteout.
Oh, blizzard.
And I changed. I had traction, but I couldn't see where the hell I was going. You know, and I think we was like
30 miles from the house.
Real close. It wasn't 30. It was like no, it was before Monument.
Because we pulled into the truck stop, didn't we?
At that pilot there.
So exit 158. So about 50.
So still had about 60 miles to go.
Yeah.
But So and here it comes again.
I know.
You know, already done snowed in Colorado.
Yeah, was it the 9th?
And Wyoming got it right before. Couple of days before Colorado got it, so it is coming.
Hope this weather. It's already been crazy with hurricanes and stuff and fires and everything else. I just hope this winter is not, crazy. They already went through with the alphabet and now they're in the Greek alphabet for the hurricanes. They give names for the winter storms as well. Mm-hmm. I hope they don't go through the Greek.
You say go through the Greek alphabet.
Dude, when run out of regular names, they do Greek. I'm not kidding you. I'm serious.
Well, yeah. But so anyway, that's where we're at. Down here in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, beautiful. It's a nice place.
It's nice. I've enjoyed my time down here. I would try to keep myself busy doing something just so I won't think about what they gonna say at this dealership.
Yeah, so Beast, if you're on, keep calling him. You keep him engaged. Call him back.
My brother say, what did he say? You ain't cut your wrist yet. Oh, hell no, not yet. But I'm looking at this straight razor shit.
It's gonna get better.
But like I said, that's what's getting me. If they hit me again another 15 grand, man, you definitely don't get to.
Y'all don't get the winter off.
We gonna be working all winter.
It's gonna be the lowest winter. Then we gonna be solo because it's just gonna take me that long. It's gonna take me that long.
So I might as well just go solo.
Might as well. Yeah. But I'll run up until the best I can.
All right, y'all heard that?
That's it.
I might have to hold her to that. Yeah, might have to hold her to it.
So of course, I'm praying that they do fix the truck cheap. So.
That's it.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. You guys have a good night.
Thanks for stopping by.
And we will definitely check in with you guys and let you know what the final outcome of it was.
Yeah, we ain't doing nothing. So we might as well go online and do some YouTube videos to keep ourselves entertained.
But we're definitely getting our rest in, so that's the one thing.
Yeah.
Too, Linda girl. Yeah, definitely
getting our rest sis. In. Yeah, love you.
So we will see you guys here, if not within the week. But as soon as we get some news, we'll check in with you guys.
What you say there, Leonard? All right. Yeah, okay. So we'll keep you posted.
Linda from Cali.
Yep. Okay, we here.
Later. Have a good one.
Late.